We're here today to show you the Smokerite 1400 CW smoke oven. This is an Australian made product, fantastic build and design. Come on over and I'll show you some features. The Smokerite 1400 is known as a trolley oven, but also can be used without a trolley. Fantastic system on the door here. Here we are, this is inside the 1400 oven. The design of this oven is unique for an Australian made oven. It does mimic the design and shape of a lot of European made ovens, and I'll point out some of the great features now. The oven is split up into, the airflow system in this oven means that the elements, the heating elements, are not exposed at all to any air, so there's no cross-contamination between elements and product. The elements are hidden in behind each of these ridges on both sides of the oven, and these ridges are where you can put your racks or your sticks, and obviously all the Smokerite ovens come with a drip tray, which can be used. However, if you've got a trolley in there, that wouldn't be used, and if you need to use the bottom rack, you wouldn't put the drip tray in either. So we've got, in this case here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shelves, and we've got another ridge here that holds the sealing cavity in place. So that means we've got 9 positions, which means we've got 18 heating elements. The heating elements are divided up into segments. So we've got 3/3, and if you have an issue with a solid state relay that runs your elements, it means that you don't lose a whole section of your elements. If you have one element blow, it's only 1 out of 18, so you have very minimal heat loss. However, one of the fantastic designs of the Smokerite oven on all models is self-diagnostics. So if there is an issue with the oven, something goes wrong, the computer board, in this case it's remote, but in a lot of cases it's up in the headboard, it will actually tell you that something's wrong, and it'll tell you what's wrong, and we can diagnose it and fix it over the phone or whatever it needs to be to get you up and going very fast. So self-diagnostics in the Smokerite oven is a fantastic feature. Coming further inside here, some of the great designs of the radius corners. So we've got no right angle bends, everything's a radius. So very, very easy to clean and all the way down the sides here. And as I said at the start, this 1400 is the trolley oven. However, we haven't got the ramp system set up in this case, but a ramp system can be very easily fitted to the oven. And you can use it with or without a trolley. So these racks here, which come with the oven, are the non-trolley racks. However, the trolley just slides straight inside there, so it can be used either or either, whatever suits you best. Inside the oven, the airflow system is outstanding, and the way it works is you've got the sealing cavity up here, the air's drawn up the centre of the oven, distributed accordingly, is funneled down these cones down the sides of the oven, and at the back we have 3 channels or ducts where the air is distributed down and through the product and then drawn back up again. And in the bottom here we have a drip drawer, which I'll pull out and show you. So there's our smoke box and the drip drawer, which is extremely well built. Great feature, you can use it to collect juice, or you can use it to keep the bottom of your oven clean, whatever you choose to do, but very, very heavy duty and very well designed. In the bottom of the oven we have where the smoke box is stored, and that's the smoke elements, and to the left hand side here, that hole in the back is where the fresh air is ducted into the oven. So it doesn't come into the roof of the oven, it comes right in at the bottom, so the fresh dry air is then passed up through the product to the drying stage, and then just mixed around with the fan. The exhaust is open obviously, and then the air is returned back down to the bottom. So you've got the fresh air coming in at the bottom of the oven rather than mixed in at the top with the exhaust. This is our smoke box. It's got a lid on the top, which is only used, you'd only use the lid if you don't have the drip tray in place. If you do have the drip tray, then you can simply put it in accordingly. Fill up your smoke box, simply put it in here like this. Slide it in like that, and that's as simple and easy as it is used. With your drip tray in, you have the lid off, with the drip tray out in this case. Put the lid on like that. Okay, the next thing this oven has is the steam is generated straight directly into the oven. So at the back corners of the oven, that is where the steam is injected into the oven. And then we've got these ports here. They're for the cleaning or product shower. So they're optional extras that can be added to your oven. Why do we have a product shower? Many reasons why, but some of the main reasons is to help cool your product very quickly, which means it retains a little bit more weight. The fats congeal faster, and you'll have a better product to finish with. Means that it can be done while you're not there. So if you're cooking through the night, at the end of your cook cycle, the oven will shower your product and bring it down to temperature much faster. So when you arrive to your oven, all the product's cooled and ready to go straight into the fridge. Obviously, this is our meat probe, very important part of the oven. That's where it's stored when not being used. Clearly you have it in the oven accordingly. One of the other features of this oven that is outstanding is the cleaning, and as you can see as we went over before, the radius corners, it's very easy to clean. However, there's no spot you can't get to in this oven, and that's because the sealing is very easily removed. So it's the sealing cavity and the ducts at the back are all one piece. We've got two holes there which I've removed the screws for, but they would normally have screws in them. Once they're removed, simply got two handles here like this, and you quite simply just pull that out, and you can pull it right out, half out. You can clean on the top there, you can clean down the back. It's very easy to get to. In this case, you'd need two people if you were to take it right out, but whatever you choose to do, once you've finished cleaning it, you simply push it back in, all the way in, put your screws back into place, and you can clean your oven down like so. What this oven has as functionality features is absolutely amazing. You've got, with the computer here, in this case with this oven, the computer is remote, so we'll plug it into the port on the roof, and then you've got a very long lead to mount it wherever you want to. The oven comes standard with 10 preset programs. They're set by the manufacturer. They're only a guide program, so if you wanted to try them, that's fine, but if you want to tweak it and make your own, then you just simply copy the program. From 11 to 99, they're all adjustable programs, and that's how we go from there. So that's the computer here. Also, we've got a preheat program, so we obviously know that when putting cold product into a cold oven, it takes a long time to build up its heat. With the SmokeRite oven and all models, we've got a preheat program, so we just simply hit preheat. We can set what preheat temperature we want the oven to reach, and it'll hold it at that until we're ready. We simply pause it, put the product in, select our program, and we're away. And then also, once we're in the program, we can then set a delay start. If we wouldn't be preheating oven if that was the case, but if you wanted to cook through the night and have it finish in the morning, you just simply put a delay start step in there for a few hours. Then you do your program accordingly, however many steps needed, and then you can have a product shower at the end, and then have that finish closer to the time when you'd be coming back to your oven. Another feature of this oven which is outstanding is if you do have a power cut. Now that can easily happen, especially in the summer periods when the power loads are very high. You can have a power out for a short period of time. The SmokeRite oven will hold the program for however long the power's off for. When the power comes back on, it'll continue off from where it finished off, and it will also tell you on the screen how long it was off for. So if you lost the power for 3/4 of an hour or half an hour or whatever it might be, when you come in the morning, it will be obviously still cooking, and it'll tell you that the program was on paused for 3/4 of an hour due to power failure. So it's a fantastic feature of how that works. And then we've got with the oven, we've got it obviously it's off the ground. So although this is a trolley oven, they have built it just slightly off the ground because we all know how dirty ovens get and how hard they are to clean. And clearly underneath the floor here, we want to be able to hose underneath it. So that's certainly something that's able to be done with this SmokeRite oven. Around on the side here of the oven, we have the exposed breakers, circuit breakers. So if there is any issue we can tell straight away that a breaker's gone. They're very easy to access. Help over the phone, we can diagnose it very quickly if that's gone. And then here is an Ethernet port. You can plug an internet cable into there, which then you can, or an Ethernet cable you can go into your computer, and that is an optional extra with the ovens is what we call Oven Connect program, and you can get a program that you can load to your computer. You run the cable from there to your computer. You can remote log into your computer, whatever you choose to do, and then you can maintain and watch what's happening in your oven remotely. So maybe that's from your office or maybe that's from your home, whatever you choose to do, but that's called the Oven Connect program. Back to the design of the oven, as we can see, it's very, very heavy and very, very well built. Because it doesn't have any false walls, everything's solid and sealed, and we've got very, very heavy duty doors. As you can see by the design of the door hinges, everything's made to last and very, very well engineered. So that's how that works. The oven itself is, give an idea, it weighs over 800 kgs, this particular model, so we can get the idea of the mass of steel there is. So it's, once it's up to temperature, it runs very, very efficiently and maintains its temperature with very little fluctuation. Hope you enjoy your oven, and I'm sure you will. And please, if there's any questions or concerns or things about the oven, let us know. We'll be glad to help you out. But happy cooking.